All right, we're going to graph equations of lines in slope-intercept form. And there's two steps that you have to do. You have to plot B, which is the y-intercept, and then we're going to use the slope, which is the rise over the run, to find the other points. So we'll start with number 1. All right, and with number 1, what we'll do is we'll identify the y-intercept, which is -1. Okay, so we're going to plot -1 on our graph, and that's on the y-axis. So actually, we'll go ahead and label our axes, and those are y and x. Okay, so the y-intercept is -1, so we're going to start at 0, and we're going to go down to -1. So then from that point, we're going to use our slope, okay, and our slope is 2, okay, so the slope is 2 over 1, so the rise is 2 and the run is 1. So we'll go from our y-intercept at -1, and we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go over 1. And we're going to put another dot. That's our second point. Okay. And then we're going to do that same thing. We're going to go up 2 and over 1, and we're going to put another dot. And keep going, up 2, over 1. And then when we create like the left-hand side of the graph, we would just kind of continue the pattern, but we'll just go down 2 and over 1. And same thing. Then you end up creating a nice long line. So that is going to be here. And we're going to draw arrows on the end to show that it goes on forever. All right, number 2. We're going to start with our y-intercept, which is 2, +2. So we're going to go to +2 on the y-axis, and then we're going to use our slope. Our slope is -3, which means -3 over 1. So our rise is -3, which means we're going to go down 3, and the run is just going over 1. So from our y-intercept, we're going to go down 3. Down 1, 2, 3, and we always go right. Then we're going to go down 3, and we're going to go right 1, and we're going to continue that. And then we're going to go back to our y-intercept to create the other half of the graph. And so we'll go up 3 and over 1. So that's going to create our nice long line. And there we have graphed our equation. All right, number 3, we're going to start at the y-intercept of 5. So we're going to go to +5 on the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to use our slope, which is 1 over 2. So that means we're going to rise 1 and go over 2. So from our point on our y-axis, our y-intercept, we're going to go up 1 and over 2. Up 1 and over 2. And then we're going to create the other half, so we'll go back to the y-intercept and go down 1 and over 2. And we have now graphed our line. Number 4, y equals -2 over 5x, and then we don't really have anything that shows us the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is just 0. It's going to start at the origin, and we're going to use our slope of -2 over 5. The negative means that you're going to go down. Okay, so we're going to go down 2, but we're still going to go right 5. So we're going to go from our origin, down 2, right 5, And then we'll create the other half. We'll go up 2 from the origin, our y-intercept, and we'll go left 5. And there we have created our line that's graphed. All right, the last two are special cases. So the first one says y, holy moly, y equals -5. So we do not have an x in the equation, which means we're not going to have a slope. So it says y equals 5. So we're going to go on the y-axis. So this is our y-axis. And we're going to put a point at -5 because that is our y-intercept. And when there is not a slope, it means it's a flat line. It's 0 slope. So that graphs that equation. All right. And the last one is going to be x equals 2. So that one starts with x. So that tells us that it's not written in slope-intercept form because it doesn't start with y equals mx plus b. So we're going to go on our x-axis to 2 and create a point because that is our x-intercept. And we're going to graph a vertical line, and that is what we call the undefined slope.